Hey guys, it's MBSC1 again, and I'm going to be talking about a new deck that's kind of come out recently. People have been calling it the Yeti. It's basically um, Plasma Lugia with a Snorlax or two, and I've just got a list, and I kind of want to talk about it. It's a really fun deck. I've been playing against my friend, and we've been mirror matching with it, and it's really fun. Um, so yeah, I'll just go over the list now. You have three Thundurus EX, four Deoxys EX, two Snorlax EX, and two Lugia EX, and basically you just try to raid Knuckle on the first turn and get DCEs to Lugia or Snorlax, and you try to get Deoxyses out on your bench like really fast. Basically, you're just trying to fill your bench with Plasma Pokemon like immediately, and then either start with Lugia or Snorlax and do crap tons of damage. And so yeah, and then the supporter line, the way I'm doing it, it's kind of weird. I'm doing four Juniper, four N, three random receiver, and then two Colress and one Bianca. So normally I had three Colress. It's just that if you um random receiver into a Colress like on the first turn, it really sucks. So I just had one more Bianca instead of three Colress. Um, and the reason you do random receiver instead of Skyla is just because there's a lot of trainers and you'd rather just draw more a lot of the time rather than like skyling for one thing. So random receiver is really cool in the deck, I think. And then I've got one scramble switch because Snorlax and Lugia are both really energy intensive, so you can, like Plasma Gale one turn and then scramble switch into Snorlax and then team packed for a crap ton of damage and take 5 turns and 2 prizes. Or, I mean, 5 prizes in 2 turns. um, and then you've got two Fuel Scrapper just because you need to be able to Plasma Gale and whatever Power Connect is pretty helpful, even more so in this deck rather than regular Plasma. And then you have three Colress Machine. You could do four, but I just did three just because that's what you normally do. You only really want four if you're gonna try and do Speed Cure him. So three's enough. I got four Catcher just because you you tend to do damage with Thundurus, and then they could just retreat whatever you did damage to and bring up something else. And then if you want to take a knockout with Plasma Gale, you need to Catcher it up because Plasma Gale will only do 150 at the most because you don't run lasers. And Frozen City could do the damage too, but usually if the player's smart, they're not gonna do any. They're not gonna take any damage to whatever their active is if they know it's gonna get Plasma Gale next turn. So four catchers is kind of important. You could also do like two Genesect. That would free up 2 spots in the deck, and then you can just attach your Plasma Energy that way, and maybe like go down to two Colors Machine. That'd be good. That would work too. I kind of prefer the catcher joke though, even though it's a flip and it takes up more space. It's just that attaching to a Genesect, I mean, that takes up your attachment for the turn, and then you're probably not going to use it anyway because you only have 4 Prism in the deck. You're probably not going to use its attack. You're just kind of using that attachment, and it kind of sucks. So I think I prefer four catcher. I've never actually used Genesect in the deck though, so I don't know if it would be better. You got three Frozen City just because you want to not have to deal with any stadiums and because you want to have Frozen City in play all the time so that you can make them take that 2 damage counters every time they attach if you can. And then you got four U-Ball or Ultra Ball, I mean, because you want to get first turn Raid Knuckle if you can a lot of the time. So you need to get that energy in the discard pile. And then also you just want to grab those Deoxys out as fast as you can. And then two Plasma Ball, or actually one Plasma Ball, sorry. I had it two Thundurus, two Plasma Ball, but I switched to three Thundurus, one Plasma Ball because you want to start with Thundurus. So one Plasma Ball just to get Deoxys out or whatever you need really. And then three switch. Basically you just have the switch for in the beginning if you start with something besides Thundurus because you just need Thundurus active to Raid Knuckle. And then you don't really need to switch after that because you kind of just attack until your Pokemon gets knocked out rather than attacking, retreating, and using something else. You pretty much just keep attacking with that Pokemon until it gets knocked out. Yeah. Unless sometimes you don't with Lugia though, just because if you Plasma Gale and then you're gonna be able to do it again on the next turn, they might not have damage on any Pokemon that you can catch her up or whatever they send up might not have damage on it. So Sometimes you're going to switch out a Lugia to Thundurus or Snorlax, but not a ton of the time. And then you got one max potion, just to max potion anything that doesn't have any energy on it. Or even if it does have energy on it, you can just raid and knuckle it back usually anyway. Colress machine. This max potion is really good. I even thought about going up to 2, but I still just have 1. I think 1's probably enough. Then you got 4 double colorless energy because Lugia and Snorlax take colorless energy and a lot of it. It's kind of obvious. 4 prism, 1 lightning because 4 prism works for deoxys or thundurus, so you just have those for that, and then the 1 lightning is just extra for the thundurus. And then you got 4 plasma just for colress machine power. And that's it. The list is pretty simple and straightforward. There's nothing really that weird about it except for the random receiver, I'd say. And if you don't want to do 3 random receiver, you could do 3 Skyla instead, and then you'd have 4 Juniper, 4 N, 3 Colress, 3 Skyla, and that's basically the standard plasma, or that's basically the standard supporter line for plasma. Some people only do 2 Colress and 3 Skyla, but that puts you down to 13 supporters, which I don't like. I really like doing 14 draw support cards in every deck, except for maybe Darkrai. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. The deck's really fun. You might want to try it out. Call it the Yeti. And apparently it's been doing really well at some battle roads and cities and stuff like that. But that might just because people aren't expecting it yet, and then also because Lugia does really well against Empoleon, and because it takes that 2 prizes instead of 1, so it kind of eliminates the good prize trade for Empoleon. And Empoleon's really popular right now too, so that's another reason why. And you don't need to do damage the first turn to set up for the Plasma Gale on the next turn because it already does 120. Empoleon only has 140 HP, so you just have to have 2 Deoxys benched. Excuse me. To Plasma Gale for a knockout. So yeah, it really only takes, once you have a powered up Lugia, you just have to take 2 knockouts and then like 1 some other way, and you can do it with the same Lugia because they don't knock you out in 1 turn because they have to do damage, and then on the next turn they have to move the damage with Dusknoir and then knock you out or whatever. So it's really good against Empoleon. Also, Thundurus is super effective against Empoleon and Piplup, so that helps too. The one thing you need to watch out for against Empoleon is Leafeon if they run it, and a lot of people are running it because you have so much energy in play. If you have like a Lugia and a Snorlax powered up, that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's 180 damage if they use Energy Crush. So yeah, it just kind of has good overall matchups right now. I think Plasma still is pretty good just with regular Kyurem if you want to do that too. But again, it makes your Empoleon matchup worse. But I don't really know. I think a smart player could still beat Empoleon with the regular Plasma deck. But anyway, it's more of just a fun thing. It's not. I mean, like it's good, but it's kind of just for fun. So anyway, thanks for watching.